This is not your mother's Mahabharata. Beware. It's fucking epic. Hosted by SP Jayaraj.
Welcome everyone to Not Your Mother's Mahabharata. I am your storyteller, Satish, also go by SP Jayaraj. And with me, as always, is my wife, Azure Anderson.
Well, hello, everybody. Hi.
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 It's just the two of us today. We have
Just the two of us.
Yes.
You can make it if you try. Just the two. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I'm lost now.
Oh, man.
No, it is just the two of us today because we just have a update announcement episode is what we decided.
Just a quick note.
Yeah. Just a quick note episode. Where we're just going to talk about the podcast and what's kind of coming up next. We just had our 30th episode.
30th.
And it was a great episode.
Absolutely.
But we've just been really enjoying this podcast, and more so even than I thought I would.
Yeah, so we want to kick it up a notch.
Yeah, we do want to absolutely kick it up a notch.
Yeah. We were doing it for fun, and now we're now it's fun plus.
Yeah, you're right. Now it's even more fun.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've really enjoyed kind of sharing the story of the Mahabharata with you and just reading and doing my part in it. And I mean, how has it been for you, babe?
It's been really cool. First of all, we get to have fun people over and listen to a story together, which is my favorite thing. Second of all, it's a great story. Mm-hmm. And it's, I have not been tempted to read ahead because I'm really enjoying the surprise and the crazy shit that happens. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm having a great time.
Well,
let's keep it going.
That's good. I'm glad because in some sense I'm like, wow, you're making one of the biggest sacrifices and never reading ahead. But
that's okay.
I'm doing my job if I'm entertaining you.
Yeah.
So.
Aw. Shucks.
Yeah. What have been some of your highlights of this?
Flowing tits and ass. Which is crazy because that was episode 2.
Episode 2,
and it has lasted. It has lasted.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of flowing tits and ass in the whole story. It happens a lot in various ways.
Yeah. That's definitely the listener interpretations happening there.
Honestly, it's been reactions from people. I think those are the highlights.
Yeah.
Just because people, different people have reacted in very different ways, and the shock and awe that happens when you introduce a new creature or demon, or
just the twists.
The twists are crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of babies.
The amount of babies, for sure.
The amount of babies, alone has been surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of semen has been really surprising.
Yeah. There's been less in the later episodes.
The semen has reduced.
Yeah. Now
as everyone ages.
Yes.
As is natural, I believe I've heard. Anyway.
Indeed. That's true. It follows the science.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, once our main people were born, and now it's between the Pandavas and Kauravas.
Yeah, I guess we don't talk about that much anymore.
Yeah. One of my highlights is Krishna. I love doing the Krishna Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Which I know I went back and forth about, do I do the Krishna Chronicles or not? And I'm really happy we did, because, one, they were just great episodes.
Yeah.
And I am definitely a Krishna fan after that.
Well, I'm a fan of the Krishna condominium.
Yeah. The condominium. That's true.
The Krishna commune community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone gets a Krishna.
Everyone
you
gets
get a Krishna. You get a Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been great doing this with you. It's been great doing this with you and with our guests and having that humor kind of carry through as well.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, listeners, episode 30 was the end of our season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be taking a month-long break, mostly just because we've been getting some feedback and we want to incorporate some of that into our episode, some of the ideas that we've been getting.
Yeah, just make some updates and clean some things up and
And we don't even know exactly yet, to be honest. That's partly why we're taking the month off, to brainstorm it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And what would really help with that at this moment is really just getting feedback from all of you. We know we have listeners out there, which is great. And we really would love to hear from all of you. What do you guys like about the podcast? What don't you like? What would make it better? Just really...
What do you want more of?
What do you want more of?
Yeah.
Yeah, with like questions regarding the podcast itself, regarding the Patreon, if there's something specific that you would kind of like from that itself.
Yeah,
like,
don't be shy.
Yeah.
A couple ways to get a hold of us. Best way is we have an email address that is NYMMpod, P-O-D, @gmail.com. Also, you can find us on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're also on the Facebook. So you can find us in all those ways.
Yeah.
Or the website. There's a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Email us, though. It's easier. It's
and
faster.
quite frankly, even those, like, we're like one of the reasons we're taking time off is like, well, how do we make those better, and how do we really get our community just to make it stronger and grow it, but just allow for better interactions and just more engagement with us and just with this story of the Mahabharata.
Yep.
In our time off, we will be doing 2 re-releases.
Yep.
I know that we're going to be doing Rhiannon's other episode.
Yeah, episode 2.
Episode 2 with Rhiannon, and then it was our episode with Evan.
Yeah, so we'll be releasing episode 5, The 5 Godly Babies and the Butterborn Boys.
Yeah, and we have specific reasons, just because, well, now we're really deep into the whole rivalry between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. So episode 5 is one where we see their origin, where they're born. And then episode 2 we're going to go back to because we have a special episode coming up, which I'm really, really excited about, which is we had someone in, listeners, I asked people, like, what is your familiarity with the Mahabharata? And most of our guests is 0 to nothing.
Zippo.
We had a guest on recently, and his answer is the opposite of that.
Yeah. How many books has he written?
Oh God, he's written a bunch of books. He's grown up on these stories, and like really, really knows like some of the in-depthness of it.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of lovely to be on the other side of the table and ask him questions about what it all means.
Yep.
And getting some really amazing, insightful answers. A lot of it was concerning our episode 30. But then as we continue to talk, realizing that, it'll also be parts from episode 2 would be useful. So his name is Shambhu Nath, and so that's how we'll probably open our next...
Yeah, so...
That's probably how we'll open our season.
Yeah, 3. Yep. Our episode with Shambhu will be our first episode of season 3. So that'll be coming out next month. And
then we are committed to continuing this lovely and exciting journey, hopefully in better ways. And yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you for all of you who've gotten in touch with us as well and let us know how it is. It's a strange one-way street doing these podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's nice, like, when we see some of that reactions coming back. So, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to getting into the forest.
Yes.
Because that's where we're heading next.
We're headed into the forest, and it's the longest book of the Mahabharata itself.
I mean, it's 11, 12 years, right?
12 to 13.
12 to 13 years.
Yeah, 12 to 13 years.
Holy Hannah. Well, we have our work cut out for us.
Yeah.
This is why we need a little break before we get there. Yep.
Absolutely.
Do our stretches. Make sure we have our packs loaded.
So, yeah, on that note, listeners, have an imaginative month.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Not Your Mother's Mahabharata. Please like and subscribe to the podcast so that you don't miss our next episode. My name is Satish and Azure, and I am your storyteller and researcher. My wife and co-host is Azure Anderson. Azure also wrote the theme music, she did all the editing and producing, and essentially did all the work to get this podcast to you. Without her, it would just be me swearing ancient stories to friends in our living room. Join us next time for the next installment of Not Your Mother's Mahabharata.
If you want to support the podcast and hear additional content, you can do so by becoming a member of the podcast on Patreon at patreon.com/NYMM podcast. We would like to thank our current patrons, Dinosaur Sauce, Errol the Hamster, and Praveen Prem Kumar for their support. Thank you.
Have
Have an imaginative day.